welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is a fantastic Tuesday to dive into some major Genoa City drama. We have a lot of ground to cover regarding the Abbott family, so grab your coffee, and let's get into it right now. And we have to start with Kyle Abbott, because Kyle is about to have his entire world flipped completely upside down. So imagine this, Kyle is just walking through the Abbott mansion, minding his own business, probably thinking about his mom and dad, thinking about how to fix their broken marriage after that whole yacht disaster. But then he hears voices coming from the study, or maybe the living room, and it is Jack Abbott, his father. And he's talking to Patty Williams of all people, the woman who has been causing so much chaos lately. So Kyle stops, he freezes, and he listens. Because you always listen when Patty is in the house. And what he hears is just absolutely mind-blowing. It is a secret that is going to change the Abbott family forever, because Patty is talking about a child. A child she shares with Jack, a secret kid, and Kyle can hardly believe his ears. He is standing there in the hallway, just completely paralyzed, listening to Patty hint at this massive, dark secret. A secret baby, a child that Jack has kept hidden from everyone. And maybe Kyle doesn't just hear it. Maybe he needs solid proof. Because Jack is a smooth talker, Jack can spin absolutely anything to make himself look good. So Kyle goes digging, and he finds something, an old document, stashed away in Jack's desk, or hidden in a safe somewhere in the house. A medical file, a birth certificate, something undeniable. Something that proves this isn't just one of Patty's crazy delusions. Because Patty is known for being delusional. But this document proves it is real, the child actually exists. And let's talk about that document for a minute. What exactly did Kyle find? Because Jack is a wealthy man, a very wealthy man. So it wasn't just a piece of paper, it was probably financial records. A secret trust fund, bank transfers, because Jack would have been paying for this child's life. Paying to keep them hidden, paying for their silence, or paying Patty's family to keep the secret buried, and Kyle is looking at these numbers. Massive amounts of money being siphoned off for years, money that belonged to the Abbott estate, money that Kyle thought was his inheritance. And that just adds a whole new layer of betrayal. It is not just an emotional betrayal, it is a financial one. Jack has been secretly funding a whole other life, a whole other family, while playing the devoted father to Kyle. And Kyle is just staring at this piece of paper. His hands are probably shaking, because he is realizing that his father is a massive liar. Jack looked Kyle in the eye so many times and told him he was his only child, especially after Chemo passed away. Jack said Kyle was his sole heir, his only boy, the only future of the Abbott legacy. But it was a lie, a complete and total fabrication. Jack has been hiding another child this whole time. And Kyle feels the betrayal deep in his bones, because Kyle has defended Jack. Kyle has stood by Jack through so much drama. And now he finds out Jack doesn't even trust him enough to tell him he has a sibling. So Kyle doesn't wait. He doesn't go sleep on it. He marches right up to Jack, right there in the Abbott mansion, and he confronts him. It is a furious confrontation. Kyle is yelling. He is demanding answers. He throws the document down on the table. Or he just screams about what he heard Patty say. And he asks Jack how he could do this, how he could keep a secret this huge. For years and years and years, Jack tries to dodge it at first, because that is Jack's go-to move. He tries to manage the crisis. He tells Kyle to calm down. He says Kyle is misunderstanding the situation. But Kyle isn't a little kid anymore, he is a grown man. He has run jabbo, he knows when he is being played. And Jack finally realizes he can't lie his way out of this one. The evidence is right there, so Jack drops the act. He looks exhausted, and he confesses. He admits it. Yes, he and Patty had a child. And then Jack tries to explain the circumstances. The incredibly complex, messy circumstances. Because Jack and Patty's history is a nightmare. Everyone knows that. Patty was obsessed with him. She shot him point blank years ago. She has spent time in psychiatric wards. She is deeply unstable. So Jack probably explains that he kept the child a secret to protect everyone. To protect the kid from Patty's madness. Or to protect the Abbott family from a massive scandal, but to Kyle, it just sounds like excuses. Weak, pathetic excuses from a man trying to save his own image. But the thing that makes Kyle the most angry, the thing that really sets him off, is the timing. The timing is just absolutely terrible. Because Jack is desperately trying to reconcile with Diane Jenkins. Diane is Kyle's mother, and Diane is finally maybe just starting to thaw. She is starting to think about forgiving Jack for the yacht incident. The incident where Victor Newman kidnapped Jack and put him on a boat and had Patty drug him. Diane walked in and saw Jack compromise with Patty, and it broke her heart. It broke their marriage, and now Jack is trying to fix it. He is preaching about honesty. He is preaching about transparency, and yet he is hiding a secret child with the exact same woman who ruined his marriage in the first place. So Kyle points this out. He screams at Jack about the hypocrisy. How can Jack beg Diane for forgiveness? How can he ask her to trust him again? When he is holding on to a secret that would absolutely destroy her, Kyle tells Jack that he is playing with fire. Massive, dangerous fire, because Diane will not survive this. If Diane finds out that Jack has a kid with Patty Williams, that will be the end. She will pack her bags. She will walk out the door of the Abbott mansion, and she will never look back. Diane has already been through so much. She faked her own death. She stayed away for a decade. She fought so hard to get her life back, and Jack is just throwing it all away. And we have to think about Diane's inevitable reaction. Because Diane Jenkins does not handle betrayal well. She is a woman who faked her own death just to get back at her enemies. She is calculating. She is ruthless, and she is currently holding all the cards in her marriage to Jack. Jack is the one begging for forgiveness. Jack is the one sleeping in the guest room. So when Diane finds out that Jack was hiding a child with Patty Williams, the woman who drugged him, the woman who caused this entire marital crisis, Diane is going to explode. It won't just be anger. It will be a cold, calculated fury. She might team up with Victor Newman again. She already did it once to take over Jabbo. She might do it again just to crush Jack completely. Because hell hath no fury like Diane Jenkins' scorn. And Kyle tells Jack that contacting Patty right now is the stupidest thing he could possibly do. Why is Jack even talking to Patty? Why is he letting her into the house? Patty is a threat. She is a loose cannon, and Jack is just inviting the chaos in. Kyle warns his dad that Patty is going to use a secret. She is going to weaponize it, because Patty wants Jack. She is obsessed with him. She wants to eliminate Diane, and she wants to eliminate Nikki Newman. Patty views Nikki as a massive emotional threat, because Nikki has been comforting Jack. So Patty is dangerous, and Jack is just playing right into her hands. By keeping her close, by hiding this child. But Jack doesn't want to hear it. Jack is stubborn. He is so incredibly stubborn. Because Jack is blinded by his need for revenge. He wants Victor Newman to pay. Victor orchestrated the whole yacht kidnapping. Victor used Patty to drug Jack, and Jack cannot let that go. He is consumed by it. He wants to destroy Victor. And he wants to destroy Victor's marriage to Nikki. Jack wants Nikki to realize what a monster Victor is. He wants Nikki to leave Victor forever, and Jack thinks he can use Patty to do it. Jack thinks he can manipulate Patty. He thinks he is in control. But Kyle knows that nobody controls Patty Williams. And then there is Patty herself. We cannot forget about Patty's mental state in all of this. Patty is not a rational actor. She lives in a fantasy world. She genuinely believes that she and Jack have this magical, cosmic connection. She told Billy Abbott that she is a new woman. A reformed woman, but nobody believes that. Billy saw right through her, and Kyle sees right through her too. Patty thinks that by revealing this child, or by using this secret, she can finally win Jack's heart. She thinks this child is her golden ticket into the Abbott mansion. She wants to be the matriarch. She wants to replace Diane, and she wants to eliminate Nikki. Because Patty sees Nikki comforting Jack, and Patty's jealousy is lethal. Literally lethal. She has formed an alliance with Matt Clark, an amnesiac psychopath, just to get rid of Nikki. That is how dangerous Patty is, and Jack is just casually chatting with her in the living room. So the argument just escalates, and it fractures their relationship. The father and son dynamic is completely broken. Kyle looks at Jack, and he doesn't see the hero he used to see. He doesn't see the great patriarch of the Abbott family. He just sees a liar. A man who is willing to risk his family, his marriage, and his son's trust just to get revenge on Victor Newman. Kyle feels completely alienated. He feels like he can't trust a single word that comes out of Jack's mouth. Because if Jack could lie about a secret child for decades, what else is he lying about? What other dark secrets are buried in the Abbott mansion? And this leaves Kyle in a very dangerous position. Because Kyle is angry, and angry people do reckless things. So what is Kyle going to do next? He might go find Patty. He might seek her out to get the rest of the story. Because Kyle knows Jack is only telling him half the truth. Jack always spins things to make himself look better. So Kyle needs the unfiltered truth. and the only person who has it is Patty, but going to Patty is a massive risk. She is unstable. She might manipulate Kyle. She might use him to get closer to Jack. But Kyle is desperate. He wants to know about this sibling. Is it a brother? Is it a sister? Where have they been all this time? Why did Patty keep quiet for so long? And meanwhile, Jack is left to deal with the fallout. He wanted Kyle to help him take down Victor. Jack and Kyle had previously discussed a strategy where Kyle would take the lead in attacking Victor. Because Victor wouldn't see Kyle coming, Victor always expects Jack to attack. But a strike from Kyle would be a surprise. But now Kyle wants nothing to do with Jack's plans. Why would Kyle help a man who has been lying to him his entire life? So Jack is losing his only ally. He is alienating his son. And he is risking his marriage to Diane, all for a vendetta against Victor. But Jack is not going to stop. That is the tragedy of Jack Abbott. He cannot let go of his hatred for Victor Newman. It is a toxic cycle that has been going on for decades, and it is destroying everyone around them. Jack is determined to make Victor pay for the yacht incident. He is determined to end Victor and Nikki's marriage permanently, with or without Patty's help. With or without Kyle's help, Jack is going to burn it all down. He wants Victor to feel the exact same pain that he is feeling. The pain of losing his wife, the pain of having his family ripped apart, and Victor Newman, the mustache himself, he is sitting at the ranch completely unaware of this specific secret, but he knows he has Jack exactly where he wants him. Victor used the AI program to frame Billy, Kane, and Phyllis. He is playing 4D chess while Jack is playing checkers. Victor wanted to destroy Jack's life. He wanted to break Jack's spirit. And by putting Patty on that yacht, Victor lit the fuse. But Jack is the one pouring gasoline on the fire by keeping this secret child hidden. Victor won't even have to lift a finger to destroy the Abbott family. Jack is doing it for him. Jack's lies, Jack's secrets. They are tearing his relationship with Kyle apart. And Victor will just sit back, sip his tequila, and watch the Abbott empire crumble from the inside out. So we are watching the absolute destruction of the Abbott family. Right before our eyes, the secrets are coming out. The lies are being exposed, and the collateral damage is going to be massive. Diane is going to be devastated when she finds out. Nikki is in danger from Patty, Victor is plotting his own counterattacks, and Kyle is caught in the middle of it all, feeling betrayed by the father he idolized. It is a messy, complicated, tragic situation, and there is no easy way out. The truth about this secret child is going to ripple through Genoa City for a very long time. It is going to be a wild ride. Folks, the tension in the Abbott mansion is so thick you could cut it with a knife. Kyle demanding answers, Jack making excuses, Patty lurking in the shadows. We will be watching every single episode closely to see how this all plays out. Because this is the kind of drama that makes the show so addictive.